Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm back. I was gone for like a week, and that felt like forever. But we're here now. I'm glad to see you all here. Hope you're having a good start to your Christmas week. Hi, Fanatic. Dad Noob, everybody I saw in the chat. I hope you're doing good. Tonight we're just gonna chill because I have been busy and I'm tired, honestly. Been a lot going on, but it's Christmas week and I am getting several days off this week later on. So gonna try to be doing stuff throughout the holiday because it's gonna be a fun time. So also my shoulder's really been hurting, so I've been trying to rest my arm as much as possible. So I include I'm trying, like, especially like today, like it's hurting. It was hurting to like just have my arm there for like playing games and stuff. So I'm letting my shoulder rest for today. So yeah, I think I've had something wrong with it for a while. I just haven't been able to really get around to get it looked at, because every once in a while it'll just really hurt me for a few days and I don't really know what that's about. But maybe after the first of the year I might try to get an x-rayed or something and see about that. But yeah, I had a pretty busy weekend. I have a big family that's fairly spread out these days, so this past weekend was Christmas for me because all the family could get together. Probably a torn muscle or something. Maybe, I don't really know. My shoulder kind of clicks when I move it around. So you start stretching. I do try to stretch it. Right when it gets really bad, I can't really lift it up at certain angles if it gets really bad. But right now, I still have full range of motion. At least it just is really sore, basically. So I'm kind of gonna give it a break, But yeah, so yeah, I had Christmas early, which means on actual Christmas I should have some free time to make sure to stream, so that we can all spend some time together on Christmas. So I'm going to be trying to do that. So I will get it looked at. After the start of the year, my insurance is going to drastically decrease in how much it costs me, because I've been able to adjust it, and that's going to help. Because I was really on the edge there for a while. But hey, Metal. But I got lucky. I managed to stay in my house that I'm in. And once the new year starts and my paychecks are bigger, then staying here will be much easier, which I'm looking forward to. Because I've been really working on making this a very cozy house. It's not like it's not like a really big house. Like, I mean, it's big enough, but I've been really working on making it a very comfy, cozy house. And I've got a little bit done. I have the living room done, basically, which I'm very, very proud of. It's very, very, it feels a little classy, a little rustic, very comfy in there. I have to finish getting the fireplace set up to be used properly. But that costs money. So I'm still working on that. I finally got a ashtray to keep in the house, like a nice looking ashtray. Because I mean, some of y'all know I like cigars. I love cigars. And it has been kind of chilly, so I needed something in the house, which I've taken to rolling my own little cigarillos. Actually, I just rolled one just before the stream started, just out of pipe tobacco. I just made one out of black Cavendish. So I'm gonna sit here and smoke that, and we're gonna hang out. It's nice to be able to not have to sit outside for that. But everything's nice and cozy, and I had a pretty good Christmas. Might have packed this one a little tight. Hold on. PLA fireplace for all the failed prints. I don't know if I would want to do that inside the house. There's an old fire pit in the backyard. I need to work on the backyard on this house. I'd like to be able to utilize that. Smoking on stream, it's a tax write-off. Yeah, well, you know. Luckily, where I live, pipe tobacco. That's the reason I started rolling little cigarillos is because pipe tobacco is so cheap here. Like, I'm not like a person that likes super expensive cigars because I'm broke. But like the cigars I like are a little more expensive, you know, like $20 each, and I don't have that kind of money. Have a minimalist smoking room and have it be outdoors because it's going to stink. Yeah, I'm in my office right now, and I have an air purifier, and I plan on getting a fan for the window. But it's only pipe tobacco. I don't smoke cigarettes or anything. Nothing with that nasty tar stuff in it. Just straight tobacco. So that's not going to be as bad. So is that a step up from the backwoods? I mean, I grew up kind of in the backwoods. And I liked it out there. Living in a town, I can't just like walk in my backyard and shoot without, you know, people asking questions. Backwoods cigars. Oh. I like Drew Estate cigars. That's the kind I like. They're good but not crazy expensive. Aren't I renting? I am renting from someone who I know very well who wants to sell me this house. So we're actually working on like a rent to own type thing. So I get to do whatever I want, basically. It's nice. Don't worry, I am very considerate about everything. Plus this is the thing that works for me other than caffeine doesn't work for me, so I need this to stay awake sometimes. But yeah, anyone got any Christmas plans or anything like that? Like I said, I already did mine, so... Rent to own, that's nice. Yeah, I mean, if I can get like a loan to just outright buy this house, Like if I'm going to like get a loan for this house, I might do that because I mean this isn't like a super expensive house, to be honest. It's not very big, and it's kind of old, but it's a house. Also, Raven Reaper, I don't know what abilities you are referring to, but okay. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised. You know, I thought I would never actually be able to have a house. So is a pickup line? Oh, my fault. I'm kind of stupid when it comes to that. Is it a starter house? I mean, it's just kind of a old house that hasn't really been updated. So. And I mean, where I live, it's not super high cost of living anyway. So, kind of a combination of things. The jails can't afford a dam up here. Yeah, I know in some places it's really bad, so. Picks up 3 computers I got free from Office Block. Give them to a local food bank. Family's kind of a home PC for homework and email. That is actually really cool, Ruckus. I like that idea. Especially like with how expensive everything is getting now. Like, that's gonna really help a lot of people. Like, have y'all seen how expensive PC parts are getting? Like, I have built PCs for friends before. And I used to be able to build like a decent PC for like $300, right? Now the same PC that I would have built before is probably, you know, $800. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's basically as AI. Like that's the problem. Like when it comes to AI stuff, like I liked the idea of people using AI for like analytics, or like because it can analyze data really fast, stuff like that. But no, instead, people want to generate AI slop, so now we can't afford to build consumer-grade computers anymore. It's out of control. Going to Fidelity tomorrow and getting your 401k pulled out of anything related to that bubble. Yeah, that's a good idea. I do kind of think it's probably one of those things where a lot of these companies are probably trying to make as much money as they can before the AI bubble pops. That's probably what's going to happen. Be another .com bust. I was not old enough, or maybe didn't even exist when that happened, but I assume it's probably going to be something similar. I don't think AI is ever going to go away, unfortunately. But it's definitely there's going to be like a big pop, I think. Slop to replace creatives rather than using it for drafts to take to creatives. And that's the thing, like even the most advanced AI right now, it still looks ridiculous. So I don't know exactly how well it'll actually be able to like make movies and stuff, because they're talking about like making movies out of it. I don't know if that's possible, but I don't know. It's annoying. think it's going to trigger a cascade of other bubbles to pop. Really? What bubbles do you think are going to pop, Fanatic? Just out of curiosity. Ow. Netflix has an AI dub and it's an abomination. I heard something about that. Like Netflix or Amazon or something was doing an AI dub that was just really bad. The AI slap's getting really dangerous too. Look at that Kimmel thing that started going around. I haven't seen that. What Kimmel thing's happening? I have not seen that yet. I know some like the deep fake stuff can be dangerous. I don't know. It's definitely getting kind of freaky. But I saw a post on Twitter and someone was talking about like using it to make movies or whatever, and that looked horrendous. Like it was like worse than bad CGI. Housing bubble. Yeah, I'm just hoping the housing market crashes before I actually start paying like for this house. On one hand, AI dub is objectively terrible, but people are willing to put up with it because of stuff like anime localizations and subs getting worse. I mean, that is true. Like, I'm not a fan of the AI, but good lord, like, localization in anime is getting worse and worse. It's getting really bad, yeah. Right when I'm planning on buying parts to make a new PC too, all this AI stuff starts happening. I would suggest just try to upgrade what you already have. Like whatever you can reasonably upgrade with what you already have is probably the way to go right now. Unless you can just get a really good deal on like a pre-built. Because like whenever there's shortages like this, at least for a little while, pre-builts will still be relatively reasonably priced. Which seems counterintuitive, but X wants Grok to make movies by the end of 2026. I don't know. The issue with like this AI, of course, it's not like real AI, you know. It's just like algorithms and stuff, and you know, predictions and stuff. The issue is it doesn't have very long memory, right? So like when I've seen these people that try to create like longer videos and stuff with AI, it always starts to act wonky because it can't remember things for that long. So Gabe Cube, please save us. Aren't they saying that like the Steam machine is gonna have some delays because of this? Because I mean it's basically just a mini PC that's running Steam OS. Yeah, and AI can't understand context, and that's a big deal. It's not delayed? I thought I heard it was, but artificial intelligence with artificial Alzheimer's. That's exactly how it is. Like, if you're talking with like an AI chatbot or something, it doesn't like remember things, right? All it can do is go back and basically reread the conversation over and over again every time it responds to you. That's it. So if it doesn't have, it isn't able to go back and read that again, you're I mean it's just it has no memory, it has nothing. It's not going to know anything. It's stupid. Steam Machine is F. RAM at 300% price, and Nvidia said they're pulling back graphics card production for consumer ops by 30% next year. I did see that too. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how feasible it would be, but if there was ever like another graphics card company or a company that could make RAM, like assuming they could just make consumer stuff at a reasonable price, they have a big opportunity here. So I know a lot of those materials are limited and stuff. You can stay under $750 with current pricing, it would be solid. Yeah, and I mean, from what I understand, like the Steam Machine, it's powerful enough. It's like console level performance, which is fine for the vast majority of people. So maybe they will be able to keep the price relatively low. We can hope. We can hope. I don't know. It's just it's crazy, and I'm glad that I have a decent computer. It is not current gen. You know, I'm still on AM4 and I have a 4070, but it's good enough, and it should last a while. And I do have another PC that I built like basically out of spare parts, and I keep it in my living room. But if I ever needed like a second PC as like a streaming PC, I could probably use that too. That one's not super powerful. It's only got a 580 in it, but so I can at least continue to do this for a while without having to buy any new PC parts, thankfully. I guess I may eventually have to learn to use like some other kind of operating system though, because Windows is just getting worse and worse. It meets or outperforms 70% of Steam user systems in at least one category. It outperforms or matches 50% in more than one part. Well, that's true. Like like I said, for a lot of people, it's going to be just fine, because a lot of people are still running like 10 series graphics cards, you know. So, I mean, it's definitely going to have value. It'll probably end up being a little overpriced for what it is, though, because of the shortages. Literally got myself a PS5 this weekend because the whole year was so ass. Yeah. Yeah, this has been a bit of a rough year. But you know, we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Limitation is silicon and chip production, the most expensive, complicated, and impossible to break into part of the process. Anybody without literal trillions of dollars is not going to be able to enter the market and compete. Yeah, that's true. It's kind of weird. Like, I'm sure there's reasons behind it, but I've never understood why that is such a closely guarded process. I don't know. If a rector, we just lost Vince Zampella. I thought I saw something about that. He was the Call of Duty guy, right? Let me pull it up. He was one of the, yeah. How long had he been working on Call of Duty? Yeah, he was part of Respawn, yeah. That's just that really sucks. He's only 55, jeez. Oh, so he was on the latest Battlefield, man. That's really rough. This has been a tough year. I know for me personally, it's definitely been a tough year. I'm hoping next year is a little nicer to me. Those of y'all that have been around for a while, you know that I have lived in a perpetual state of being broke for years now. Because it always seems like something is happening. But next year, I'm hoping is going to be my year. Same, I sympathize. Yeah, it's just like that. But next year, it's hopefully going to be my year. I like this black Cavendish. I'm about to make another one. What I'm really hoping for, like, I will be, you know, taking home a little more of my paycheck next year, which is nice. What I am really hoping for is a raise, because if prices keep going up the way they are, I'm just never going to be able to keep up. So I'm really hoping that they'll give us like a base raise, because apparently at my job sometimes they will do that. What's this about? Photolithography? I am unaware or unfamiliar with that. Enlighten me on this while I am making another cigarillo, because nicotine keeps me awake. Corvette, let's make modern chips. Oh, okay. You can do that with a resin printer? So why ain't everybody doing that? Seems like it'll be a good thing to be able to do. I'll be honest, I'm not smart enough for understanding a lot of that kind of stuff. I'll be real. Just complete transparency here. Modern CPUs and GPUs have tens of millions of tiny transistors. Ooh, wow. So you could make like old school type stuff in, but nothing modern. That's what we're saying. I have seen like you to be able to see some of the stuff, you have to go under like a microscope. So uses light to stencil the parts of the chips at nanometer scale. I'm gonna be honest, like I almost kind of feel like computer technology is just some kind of magic that we discovered and we don't understand completely. Because you're telling me someone can take a rock and use light to draw little patterns on it, and when you electrify the rock, it thinks. That doesn't actually make logical sense. That doesn't actually make any sense. Computers are magic. That's why they act up. That's why you have to appease them sometimes to make them work properly. It's because it's literal magic. Latest machines have begun to use blue lasers because the red ones they started with have a wide wavelength to make proper marks in the silicone. They're so small. Good lord. Computers went from mechanical and back to vacuum tubes to transistors, all to represent ones and zeros. Yeah, it's literally magic. Literally magic. I have no idea how any of that makes sense. Yeah, I'm glad I have a decent enough computer to last me a while, because there's no telling how long this AI stuff is going to last. So I know some people have told me, Chef has told me, like, he thinks that the reason why they're like reducing GPU for consumers and why they're got the RAM up so high, he thinks it's because they're planning to make it to where you just don't have your own computer anymore. You just do everything in the cloud, which sounds horrific. Sounds absolutely horrific. Because so schizo reasoning subscription computing, he's right. I mean, real dystopian shit once again. Yeah. Oh, hey Olga. Look who decided to show up. Olga's here. Hi. You haven't showed it to my streams yet. Welcome. Everything is a cloud service. There are many rich people and powerful companies that want that. It sounds horrendous. I have a feeling a very crappy feeling. I have a very crappy feeling that there's going to be some big event. There's going to be some big event within my lifetime. And honestly, I wish that didn't have to happen. Because I'm tired of living through history. You know what I mean? Transistors in modern tech is a couple nanometers. A hair is about 100,000 nanometers in diameter. For some scale, how impossibly small the building blocks of Margaret thinking rocks are. Yeah, it's magic. Literal magic. Australia being totalitarian against speaker on 80%. Yeah, what are they doing now? Like, I just knocked my phone on my desk. What? So like they had that attack, and they're like cracking down on normal people even worse, right? That's why I hate inhaling tobacco smoke. Anyway. Another gun grab. NSW's looking to limit you to 3 or 4 guns. Watches people send in their Nerfs and gel blasters. Aren't like, I'm pretty sure like BB guns and stuff are banned in Australia. Or they're treated the same as actual firearms. Is it Australia that does that? Half of right-wing parties offer that. Oh, Tommy, are you Australian? Oh. That's rough. New York, yeah, New York also freaking treats BB guns like they're real guns, which is insane. Being Australian, that's got to be rough. Like everything in Australia wants to kill you, even your government. Then your government doesn't want you to be able to defend yourself from all the things that want to kill you. I offer you several books and a welder. You don't even need that. You just need a 3D printer. Born in Port Arthur. Stood no chance as a gun enthusiast here. That's rough. That is really rough. Hi there, player. Hi there. Oh, I see. You played a sound. My freaking OBS sound is broken again because there was a Windows update. Especially your government wants to kill you. Yeah, exactly. You're correct, Olga. Governments are probably the most dangerous thing in Australia. Yeah, it's weird because I don't know. I guess my American mind cannot comprehend like people clearly seeing that the bad guys are not following your restrictions. So let's restrict all of the normal people, right? My American mind cannot comprehend such lunacy. Bad guys did in this last case. They did what? Father was a legal gun owner. I mean, it doesn't matter if he was a legal gun owner or not. It's illegal to run around and, you know, use that gun on random people. So, the point still stands. Worked well with drugs and murders. Yep, exactly. Murdering is kind of already illegal. Yeah, it is, but you know, some people can be straight up racist against gun owners. The son that was previously investigated by counter-terror police in Australia, we should have raised eyebrows. Yeah, like whenever something like that happens, that's suspect. It's like, oh, he was being investigated. He was being investigated by the government, by a government agency. They interviewed him. That means they probably told him to do it. That's what it was. They probably told him to do it. I don't know all the details, but yeah, anytime like any government agency's like, oh, he was known to us, they interviewed him. Okay, yeah, they put him up to it. The government cleared him, but didn't think his ISIL sympathies were a-okay. I mean, weren't a red flag. They didn't think that was a red flag. Okay, all right. It was intentional. It was intentional. It was absolutely intentional. Allegedly intentional. It's not like it matters. I'm American. The Australian government can suck my juicy nuts because I'm American. The suspects are always known. Yep, exactly. So cops pulling a Uvalde didn't help either. I heard about like they were hiding and some like civilian stopped the guy. I did hear that. If there's any reform I'd like to see is make the P560 buying form more like the 4473. Where they contact the FBI, which is ASO and AFP in our case, so they still have to enforce the not letting gang members but legally shit. Okay. Oh, so you kind of wanted to have a 4473. I mean, I think I shouldn't have to fill out anything at all, personally, but you know. Choking us on social media think what is going to happen, aka the buyback should happen in the USA like right now. Honestly, not going to happen. Not ever going to happen. Like, so we do have some really stupid places like New York, California, Colorado, Illinois. We have some really stupid states that do dumb stuff. That is true. But Massachusetts, yeah. But overall, there are way too many guns in the United States. This is too big of a country. There are way too many guns. Like the stuff on the level that they have in Australia or England or whatever can't happen. It's not possible. So things may suck sometimes. But always forget it's logistically impossible for what happens in Europe to happen here. We at least have that going for us. There are more serialized guns than there are people in the United States. Exactly. And that's just the serialized ones. Merry Christmas, Bloody Pirate. Welcome. We're just hanging out, enjoying the start of Christmas week, talking about gun stuff. Welcome. Been relieved to personally see a lot of Australians seeing this as an immigration/population problem instead of a gun problem. True. 3 more days? Yep, exactly. Which, by the way, what should I do on Christmas? What do y'all have any preference for the Christmas stream, honestly? Because right now, I'm gonna be real. Like, if I'm playing a game, right now I really just want to play Tarkov. Like, that's about all I want to do. Get drunk and eat. Well, you know me, I don't drink, but I definitely will be eating. That's definitely always going to happen. Yeah, I think Tarkov is my most played game right now. I have kind of wanted to can hop on Tarkov and try to find a Santa scab. Yeah, that's true. I have kind of been wanting to get on like PvP Tarkov just to try to mess with people. But I'm really bad at PvP Tarkov. But since I mostly play PvE, all of my like stuff I care about is on the PvE mode, so it's not like it really matters that much anyway. But spend time with your family, haven't seen each other in a long time. Well, that's good. Yeah, spending time with your family is great. I already had my Christmas with my family this past weekend so that everybody could be there. So I'm not going to have a whole lot going on like actual Christmas. So it's not Santa Scab, it's Dead Morose. What? I mean, isn't it true like a scab can be dressed as Santa in Tarkov? I've heard that before. Go back and watch Life of Boris. I don't think I've ever watched Life of Boris, so I'm unaware of your reference, sir. Dead Morose's Rush is less slob. Santa. Oh, okay. I hate that reopening the machine gun registry in the USA scene as a radical stance. What a radical stance. I think, like, there shouldn't be a registry at all. I should just be able to have a machine gun. I should be able to have a machine gun just delivered right to my house. You used to be able to do that. He brings Seminchki and light beers for all the good gopniks. What? Alright, hold on. Is this like an actual thing? Hold on. What is this called? Dead Mirage? Is this a real thing? Oh, it is. Figure similar to Father Christmas and Santa Claus, has roots in Slavic mythology. I mean, he literally just looks like Santa Claus. Like, yeah, he literally just looks like... Okay. Oh yeah, Olga would know. She is Slavic. she would know. If you can't be trusted with a gun, you can't be trusted to be unsupervised in public. That's true. That is true. Like if you can't be trusted with a gun, okay, fine. Like, you shouldn't be out in public by yourself. That's a very good litmus test right there. Shminsky is the Russian word for sunflower seeds. Oh, okay. Same figure for Slavs as Santa Claus, but folklore born from a different source. Okay. Guns are what happen when you're unsupervised. Well, can you be trusted with a gun? Then you can be unsupervised. That's all there is. That's all there is to it. Goes back to the time of paganism, so it's inspired by Winterkeeper spirit. It's actually unkind and brutal sacrifices were a way to keep him kind. Oh, all right. That's a little different than Santa Claus, including human sacrifices. Okay, all right. Well, thank you for your first-hand knowledge, Olga. That jeez. Hey, chef. There's the man. There's the guy. I think Olga would be fun to have on stream sometime. Talk about gun stuff. She's a character. She doesn't have any good games, though, apparently. Trying to turn your trains into pagan blood orgy wagons. What? Chef, you're only upset about Texas because you're having to drive a long way through Texas. That's all. That's the only reason why you're upset. Twitch is banned in your country, so you're having trouble following stream. Wow, okay. Bloody Pirate, I also stream on YouTube. I stream directly to my Twitter account, and I stream to Kick and to Rumble all at the same time. So if any of those options work better for you, you should be able to find me. So, I mean, I'm surprised you managed to be here with it being banned in your country in the first place. But yeah, you have options. Twitch is the main platform I use, but you have options. So. Mentally ill and have a gun and play from calculator. I know exactly. It'd be great. It'd be great. It just sucks that you don't have. Sucks that you don't have good guns. Oh, there we go. Bloody Pirate found us over on YouTube. Perfect. What did you get to eat? A cheeseburger. What's the? Everybody in Texas says like the Whataburgers in Texas are better than other Whataburgers, even though there's literally no different. But you know, you can get a Whataburger while you're in Texas. That would work. That is true, you know. Also, Bloody Pirate, where are you that Twitch is banned? I didn't know that Twitch was banned in some countries. Having SIG as everyday concealed carry is a cry for help. You think I was kidding about mentally ill? Well, Olga, if you appendix carry that SIG, you're at least safer than a dude doing it. So, still, I would recommend something else. Australia? Is Twitch banned in Australia? Russia banned a lot of socials? Well, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Spoiled off the only good thing in New Jersey with how many diners or restaurants there are. Think some broadcasters in your country are involved in illegal activities. Well, Russia being Russia, somehow Australia is worse. It's I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with Europe. You know, it seems like whenever the world's about to fall apart, it seems it's always Europe's fault. You know? That's how it seems to be. Putting a social media ban in place in January for under 16s, just give them your face, your home address, your bank card, yada yada. That is horrifying. It's absolutely horrifying. Like that's actually really scary, dude. Like, first of all, you're taking away any like anonymity you have, and then, you know, there's constantly these places that have your information constantly get compromised, right? So why would you like give Twitch or something your personal info? Like, I know your channel appears offline in France if you have certain content warning tags enabled on your screen. What? In the UK, I'm still not doing shit for the OSA here. There's plans for mass non-compliance when it comes to digital ID. I hope that works out. I really do. I hope that works out, because that's scary stuff. Like, because if it's successful in Europe, it's probably going to spread, and that's going to be a problem. Forget Twitch, people giving Pornhub their personal info. Just don't go there. Like, I am fully supportive of y'all not going to Pornhub. It's a terrible place to go. It's bad for your brain. Those women, they're like women that are like sex trafficked on that website. I'm okay with you not going there. Think YouTube is imposing some restrictions? Ugh. Look, just go watch sketchy anime like the rest of us. Providing data shows compliance, I refuse to do that. I hope y'all are able to pull that off over there. Doesn't have the hardcore stuff of like bear flaw and hand holding. You sick freak. Also, because Alexio said it, can we talk about how like it is a travesty what the internet has done to the word goon? I mentioned this before, but it is a crime what y'all have done to the word goon. Moons out, goons out, exactly. You're in a country you feel like I'm living in El Salvador? Ugh. Miss Stage when I meant mafia stuff? Me too. Back when it was cool. Yes, chef, you should get something to eat. Your body needs food. Bro's been driving all day long. El Salvador at least had a good black market. The mob should take back Vegas. Speaking of Vegas, I have not watched the Fallout TV show. I have not watched the Fallout TV show. People said the first season was pretty good, but like they're going to New Vegas in the new season, and apparently they've like completely changed like Mr. House's personality or whatever from the game, and people were complaining about that. So that makes me worried. It makes me reluctant to start it. I'm not good at just like watching TV shows anyway, to be honest. But now, I hate it when there's like a TV show or something about a game. They don't follow the lore. Where am I from? I'm from America. Which is why I talk about guns and building guns. And I talk about how much I hate governments. That's just part of my blood, being American. I heard the change was not subtle or made any sense. Looking at source material, yeah, I heard that too. It's a so slow drip for season 2. I don't know. I was kind of interested in the show, but I never got around to watching it. Here for the Helldivers series because the guy behind it hasn't played it. I heard that too. What is it with people? What is it with people trying to make series based off of games without like playing the game, or people that don't like the games or don't know anything about it? What is that? That is something that's been happening a lot lately. I don't understand that. I mean, I will say, Bloody Pirate, I do think America is literally the best, so. Asked about Goon of Fortune the other day, where you tie a goon sack box wine bag to a Hills hoist rotating clothesline and spit it to a lens in front of somebody that to chug a mouthful. What is that? Is this just like a weird Australian thing? Because like, if you had not like explained that in parentheses, I would have no idea what you were just talking about. What do I think about turkey? I like to eat turkey. It's quite delicious. If you mean the country, not gonna lie, we tend to make fun of guns that are made in Turkey. Like your Turkish-made handgun? I have heard that there was like a new, I've heard that there's like a new like Glock clone that was made in Turkey that was actually decent. Especially just, you know, a Gen 3 Glock. There's... You had guns from Turkey? There is... I saw one time... Someone had found a Turkish clone of a Benelli M3, and supposedly it was actually really solid, but I don't remember anything about it. Why would you not want to eat? That's kind of important. There's a gun called a Canic. Sounds pretty cool to me. Yeah, a lot of people like Canics. A lot of people like those. Have a hard time eating on long trips, no idea why. I mean, that's fair. I can understand that. Yeah, Canics are a little pricey. Not like crazy pricey compared to some things. But they are a little pricey, but I know a lot of people really swear by them. I've never owned one because, you know, I'm spend most of my life broke, but they are solid. They are solid guns. I want that Rex Arms G3 12 gauge shotgun and like 5 more mags for it. Keep trying to convince my mom to actually go to the range and get some rounds through her S&P easy, but she keeps blowing it off. What you need to do is like think of something like your mom would really like to go to. Like, I don't know, say like your mom really likes to go to a random store at the mall that I can't think of an example right now. And just tell your mom, hey, we're gonna go shopping at your favorite store today. And when she's in the car, and you're gonna be like, but first we're gonna go teach you how to use your gun, and then we're gonna go shopping at your really favorite store today. Do that. Wait till she's in the car and you're pulling out of the driveway. Something like that. I mean, moms are just like that, you know. Like, my mom, you know, my mom has a couple guns and she knows how to use them, but she doesn't, you know, like to go and shoot them as much as the rest of the family does. You know, this is just how moms are. And then again, my mom is a very small person with very small hands, so she kind of struggles shooting handguns. I would kind of like to get her like a nice little 9mm PCC or something, because that would be very easy for her to use. Your mom hates driving anywhere far, less on major roadways, and worse when she isn't the one driving. That's fair. I don't know, just keep bugging her about it. She'll go eventually. Gripping properly is hard for small hands. Yeah, you would know that, wouldn't you, Olga? You little midget. Just not sub 2000? No, no. Good night, everyone. That's all from you. Oh, I hope you have a good, wow, it's 6 a.m. for you. I hope you're able to get some sleep. Yeah. She's had it since August. Keep bugging her about it. Yeah, no, I think, like, honestly, if you're going to get someone just, I know it sounds basic, but if you're going to get someone like a PCC or something, just get them like an AR-9. Get them an AR-9, because, you know, PCCs are going to be easier for someone to use than like a handgun usually. Plus, they're already kind of learning the function of, like, if they ever needed to use a rifle. So, can't live with it. It's over. Okay. AR-9 that takes Glock mags. Yeah. The only thing about using the only thing I hate about, you know, using Glock mags for everything, it's just that Glock mags are really annoying to load. More things need to more pistol caliber, anything in pistol caliber. More things need to use good old double stack, double feed mags. That's why, you know, I'm a huge fan of anything that uses like Scorpion mags or like UMP mags, anything like that, because those are so much nicer to load. You don't need like a loader for that like you do when you've got a Glock mag nearly loaded. Mac 10 or Xiaomi mags, yeah. anything like that. Third-party mags then. Well, just, you know, just any mags that will, any mags that are double stack, double feed. It's just so much nicer. Would have liked it if your SAR9 took Glock mags instead of proprietary ones. Yeah, proprietary mags are going to be annoying in general. Yeah, nobody likes proprietary stuff. We just need to get. We're moving towards. You know, everything is using USB-C now. So we should start, you know, consolidating all of the ridiculous different types of magazines we have. Shouldn't be that hard. A lot of things use AR mags these days. Shouldn't be that hard. Built a 16-inch Hoffman AR9 with Premier Arms 1X Prism. When my mom goes shooting with me, she can shoot it. That is awesome. See, that's good. That's good stuff right there. USB-C is a big win. It is. Absolutely. I love USB-C. It's so convenient. Technically could have modded P320 mags, but I didn't want to F with that. Yeah, I can understand that. Aeromags are slightly modded Aeromags, yeah. I was looking at this mag-fed 9mm lever gat. I was interested in until I saw it was a proprietary mag. Yeah, that's always the problem. Proprietary, because they're going to be more expensive. There's going to be, you know, there's going to be less stock of them. You're not going to be able to, like, you know, you find mags that you prefer over other mag. Like, it's annoying. It's so annoying. Speaking of mags, I was left some magazines that kind of suck. Some AR mags that kind of suck. But I think if I file down some of the dimensions on it just a little bit to be more in line with like a sure feed or something, they might work a little better. So I have to do that at some point. My issue is solely on having to be limited 10-round cap ones. Oh, that's... See, that's... That is... I can't imagine, dude. I can't imagine. Like, the mag limits are really stupid, too. Because, like, if you have any kind of competency... Any kind of competency with a firearm... Reloads don't take that long, so the mag capacity thing is stupid anyway. And it's just, it's stupid. It's something from people that don't know anything about guns. That's all it is, and I hate it. And I feel bad for all of those poor souls that live in places like that. I can have whatever I want here. If I had money, I wouldn't, if I was rich, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there would be signs, and that signs would be quite a few of those 100-round quad stack AR mags. I would have a bunch of those. Those things are really expensive. Very, very expensive. You know, if players in somewhere where they have a 10-round capacity like limit, he is somewhere he would really get PP slapped if he had an 11-round magazine. Like they don't play around and they suck. Hate mag limits so much. People are refuse to sell me guns when they come with a normal size, and I just had to ask them to keep the mag to make the gun otherwise legal. Jeez. Oh, it sucks. It really sucks. Have some old school 80s 40-round aftermarket mini 14 mags that I need to make a feed lip jig for to fix. That'd be pretty cool. For the vibes? Yeah, for the vibes. The cheap polymer quad stacks honestly seem kind of decent. or like even like a few of the nice, those thick 60 rounders. I would like to have a few of those as well. So Dumbest part is the ATF can just show up for an unannounced inspection of my gun and ammo storage. Yeah, no, you gotta get out of there, dude. That is, you gotta get out. That is the most... That is the most totalitarian shit I have ever heard. Jesus. Like, they can do that, like, without a warrant? Like, are you saying they can do that without a warrant? Because, I mean, wouldn't that be, like, a federally illegal search? Like, I'm pretty sure that's, I'm pretty sure, like, federally, that is very, very illegal. It's codified in New Jersey law. Okay, but, like, federally, it's the same thing with, like, so many states, you know, you're able to grow the devil's lettuce, but federally, it is still very illegal. So... That sounds like New Jersey. New Jersey is out of line and needs to be slapped back into line. But well, yeah, but I'm talking about just like ownership and stuff. What should you get from Taco Bell? Get a chicken chalupa supreme, a beefy 5-layer burrito, and their cheesy potatoes. That will really fill you up. Like, that will really fill you up for just like $6 or $7. That's what you get. Like, a lot of them get away with it when you sign up for a license or whatever you agree to search. That's so stupid. I'm so glad. Chicken Chalupa Supreme is $7. What? What the hell? I did not have anything in the house to take with lunch for me today. So I went to Taco Bell today. And I got a chicken chalupa, a 5-layer burrito, and their potatoes, and a drink for $7. The hell is going on at that Taco Bell you're at? That is horrendous. Wouldn't pay that price at gunpoint. Don't even think about 3DPG files. That's a class 3 felony on a low end. See, and that's stupid because, like, that has been ruled, like, to be freedom of speech to own 3D print gun files. Like, that is literally felonizing speech. Everything you say is like $20 total. See if they have any combo boxes. Get a combo box. They're normally like $6 or $8. That's what you need to get. Either that or you're just at like the most expensive Taco Bell in the world because good lord. Stop going to Taco Bell after like the 4th year in a row they had E. coli outbreaks. I don't want to get back in my car and go to Taco Bell. I want delivery. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter what you buy then. You can buy literally anything and it's going to be $20 if you're getting it delivered. That's how those DoorDash and those delivery services, that's how they work. Like, they alter the prices. Like, if you're like, okay, like if you buy a chicken chalupa from Taco Bell normally just on its own, it's like $3. If you buy it on DoorDash, it's going to be like $5 or $7 because DoorDash inflates the price. Like they're trying to make you pay at least $20 every time you order. So, yeah, that's just how that is. DoorDash is trash, garbage. Dude, getting elected was a clown show in itself. Well, all I can say is I'm glad I don't live in New York or anywhere near close to New York. I live somewhere that's pretty free still, so... Yet they still rip off their drivers. That's true, yeah, no. Like, I have drove as, like, for DoorDash to make ends meet before, and you don't get nothing. You barely get anything. So, yeah. Kind of sucks. But, you know, it's one of those things, you know, sometimes you gotta bring someone their $12 burrito and hope they give you $3 to make ends meet. I've had to do that many a times. I think my lighter needs more fuel. I don't know, I feel like we've been complaining a lot today. A lot of my chatting streams ends up just being us complaining about stuff. I mean, y'all seem to like it though. Y'all seem to like to get the bad feelings out. Tell me something happy. Tell me something good that's going on with your lives. We have, but it's cathartic. That's true. I want to tell me some good things that are going on in your lives right now. Tell me some happy stuff. Tell me some positive things. There's nothing in the other hotel. That sucks. Yeah, that's just how it is. You either have to drive yourself or pay a lot extra. I have 20 herbal appetite suppressants instead. That doesn't sound... That's not the best idea, Jeff. Not that many. Not that many. Making burble maple candied sweet potatoes for Christmas. That sounds incredible. That sounds awesome. You want to see your best bud next month for his 30th? Very cool. And yes, that is exactly what Chef is talking about. That is exactly what Chef is talking. Chef is not like me though. I just smoke straight tobacco. He's gonna chain smoke actual cigarettes, which are gonna kill him, and I'm gonna be upset about it. Chain smoking a Japanese cartoon. Yep. Got 6 subs overnight the other night with my Trepong 2 clips. Nice. That's a fun game. I never finished that game, but that's a fun game. You're finishing your driver's license. Very cool. Metal Gear. I know you... Well, I guess maybe it's different in Brazil. Like, you should have been able to drive a long time ago. Nothing crappy has happened for about a week now. First time this year to go a week without BS. That's good. Hopefully it's a great Christmas week. Polymaker has gift cards on sale. Ooh. Which will allow you to stack that discount if you wait to use them on sale spools. Ooh, okay. That sounds nice. Honestly, I have a lot of filament right now. It's not all Polymaker, but I have a lot of filament that needs to get used. I just need to figure out what to use it for. All the things I want to, all the new things I want to print are gonna, I need parts for, but here it's a pain and expensive to get a license. That sucks. Brazil is just like, what I know from Brazil from metal, like it's like a Rust server over there. Like, geez. Just gonna get McDonald's. Okay, be careful. 80 hours of theoretical classes and 5 driving classes. You need that to get a driver's license in Brazil? What? You need 80 hours? That's like That's like a few years of college right there. What? What the hell? That doesn't even make any sense. 80 hours is like 4 days. You know what I mean? Like, that's like it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like freaking, that's stupid. It's not too much. Lex Luthor asked judge forced a ban on Twitter. Yeah, true. Think the law changed, but you paid for your classes already? Jeez. 80 hours is 1 month of lessons. Okay. Okay, well, like, maybe it's just because, you know, where I grew up, like, you would start learning how to drive, you know, when you were 10 or 11. Because you'd be driving, like, ATVs, or, like, your dad would need something down the road and you'd hop in his truck and go get it for him, you know, stuff like that. So, like, when I was ready to get my license, you know, all those years ago, I had to pass a written test and then a driver's test. That was it. I hit my first tree at 7. Gotta start early. I have not hit a tree. I don't plan to. I never plan to hit a tree. Because there's some pretty big trees around here. And that would probably go very poorly for me. So we're gonna not do that. Banning social media, yeah, that's social media has its problems, don't get me wrong, but just outright banning it, like, there's a lot of good things from social media too, but I don't know. I've only officially been in one accident with a mail truck and I was found to not be at fault. That's good. That's good. I was in one major accident that wasn't my fault. But the car I had at the time got totaled, which sucked because I really liked that car. Twitter ban was funny. It was kind of funny, yeah. UK currently has a 0-hour requirement for a test, but the current government talked about 100 hours of lessons requirements. Jeez. Your grandparents were in a pretty bad accident last week. Oh, that sucks. I hope they're okay. You do got to be careful. You got to be careful because there's crazy people out there. Especially around the holidays. If any of you are driving this week, make sure you are being very, very careful and watching out for all the terrible drivers out there because there's going to be a lot. Banning social media because it has problems is odd. It's like banning heroin and not looking at why people started taking it. They're okay. Grandma has some bruised intestines and internal bleeding. Jeez, I mean, that, okay. I mean, I assume when you say okay, you mean stable because, like, that's not really an okay thing to happen, but hopefully the hospital takes good care of her. Good Lord. Jeez. Your grandmother is in all of our thoughts tonight. And I hope she makes full recovery. Because, my God, that is terrible. The guy who caused the wreck died? Oh, well. I hope he gets better, too. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, y'all be careful. We do not want anyone getting hurt, especially near the holidays, because that sucks. My My soon-to-be sister-in-law scared the shit out of us this weekend. Because she's staying here for over the weekend. I think she's staying here maybe this whole week. She's staying with my parents. And she was supposed to be at my parents' house. Like, was it Friday or Saturday? She was supposed to be at my parents' house at a certain time. And then it was like 2 hours past when she was supposed to get there. And they're trying to call her. My brother's trying to call her. My parents are trying to call her. They weren't going to be able to get a hold of her or anything. And my brother like was talking to her dad, because he's buddies with her dad. It's like, she's not here yet. She's freaking out or whatever. Well, then he gets a call from her, and she had left her phone in her car, and it's because she had given a friend a ride home before she was supposed to head to my parents' house, right? And then, like, when she dropped her friend off, her friend's mom was there, so she went in to say hi. She left her phone and her keys in her car. She left her car running. She didn't even she didn't even turn the car off, and she went in and just started yapping. And she was there for like 2 hours, and didn't even notice she was there yapping for like 2 hours. Like, left her car running in the driveway with her phone and her keys in it for 2 hours. And we finally got hold of her because like her dad called the friend that she was like giving a ride or whatever. And then she yes, women, exactly. So yeah, about gave our family a collective heart attack, like something horrible is going to happen right before Christmas, you know. But so don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. Keep in touch with your loved ones. Don't drive stupid. Watch out for the stupid drivers. Make sure you show up to my streams this week, because there will be many of them. Jeez. But yeah, so that's something that happened this weekend. So that was the thing. I was in almost like 4 accidents on the way here. You got to be careful. You know, honestly, like, Chef, you're driving through Texas. There are some crazy people that in Texas. Like, you gotta watch out for them. They do not know how to drive there. That is how it is. Honestly. Taking a break from stream for most of this week. Yeah, it's a good week to take a break from it, but I took a break from it last week. So, and like, I have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off, so it's not like I'm going to be having a whole lot going on, which I am going to be trying to relax during my days off, but obviously I'm going to want to stream. So some guy ran a yield sign, almost hit me, and had the audacity to honk at me for it. Good lord, people suck. I bet that was a California driver. That was someone that moved from California to Texas. I'm willing to bet on that. I would bet at least $1 on that. That was a California driver that moved to Texas and still drive like that. It's like I think I've told the story about the random ass California driver that was in my state, which, you know, I'm in the southeast of the country, right? Complete opposite side of the country of California. I think I've told this story before. I'm gonna tell it again anyway. I was going to work or something. I don't remember. I was on the highway, and there's a guy. I was going to try to get in the left lane, and there's a guy who was a little further behind me. He was going a little bit slower than I was. He was maybe like a car length behind me. So I turned my blinker on, so I'm about to get over to kind of speed up a little bit and go around some traffic in the left lane. And as soon as I turn my blinker on, this dude floors it. Like, nearly hits me. He floors it. like to get past me because I turn my blinker on. And when he goes past me, I see a California license plate. Apparently, they don't like it when you turn your blinker on in California, and that's just how they drive. So, that was probably a California guy that nearly hit you and then honked at you over it. Because they're terrible drivers over there, apparently. Yeah, just the, like, random ass California driver in my state of all places driving like that. But anyway, yeah. You know, normally where I live, normally you have to worry about people that are being like stupid in a different way. There's a lot of like 3-lane like highways where I live. So for some reason, like, you know, you would think like the right lane is the slowest lane and the left lane is the fastest lane. So the middle lane would kind of be in the middle, right? No. Here, most of the time, the middle lane is the slowest lane, which means if you're on the left side or if you're on the right side and you want to get all the way over, you have to slow down in order to merge with the traffic in the middle lane and then speed back up to merge with the traffic on whichever lane you're moving to. Which is, it just feels extremely dangerous when you have to do that. But for some reason, people just treat the middle lane like it's supposed to be the slowest lane, and I really hate it. And I don't know why people do that. Honestly, it's just a skill issue. Left lane is for crime. It is. It sounds like a nightmare. It is a nightmare. It is. Especially when I'm trying to get to work and I'm running late and I'm trying to get to work on time so I don't have to, like... You've never encountered that? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. It happens all the time. It happens all the time, and it's literally the worst possible thing that can happen on the road, and I hate it. Literally the worst thing. Well, I encounter it quite a lot. And it's very annoying. Buy a car, put Cali plates on it, then drive like a dickhead, make the stereotype worse. Oh, that's terrible. No, I drive very carefully because I don't want to die in a horrific car accident like so many other people do. Guys, it's terrible. It's terrible. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I didn't have to drive anywhere, like ever, I'd be kind of happy because yeah, you're like some of these people, they will. Reminded me of when a truck busted through a wall and hit my aunt's apartment building. Shit was bizarre. Okay. Y'all want another crazy vehicle related story of things that had happened to me? So, I live in town, right? My parents live in town. This was this was at my parents' house when I was staying with them long time ago. So I don't remember what it was. I was at the house, and like my mom was at the house, and she was like outside, like doing something. I was just chilling inside. This is even before I ever started streaming. This is a long time ago. I'm sitting back in the back of the house. I don't know. I was maybe watching TV or something, and I just hear this huge crash come from the front of the house. Right? And I get up and I go down the hallway and I come around the corner. And down the hallway, I see just shards of glass everywhere. and an arm. And I'm like, good Lord, someone has crashed into our house, and either they're like on a small car or like a lawnmower or something, and they're probably all in pieces in the living room. Right? Yes, an arm. But luckily, the arm was still attached. So I went down the hallway, and this lady was like laying in the floor. She was alive, luckily, but somehow she was on an ATV, and somehow she lost control of it and crashed it into the front door of my parents' house, and like sheared the door off. Glass was everywhere. She was on the floor. The ATV was stuck like in the little entryway. It was horrific. Of course, after I came in and saw what was going on, I was checking to see if this lady was still alive, and she was. Of course, then my mom comes in. She was outside. She heard it. It was loud enough. She heard it. Like, it happened on the front side of the house. She was outside on the back side of the house, and she heard it happen. And she comes running in, and she's freaking out. And despite how bad I am at horror games, when it comes to crazy things happening in real life, I am actually really good at keeping my cool and handling things. So I made sure that lady was alive. I made sure that she did not move around too much, just in case she had broken something. And of course I called 911. And the EMTs showed up, and I'm talking about like they were flabbergasted when they saw what had happened, because like there was a little ATV wedged into the house where the door used to be. And I guess it's a good thing she hit the door, because she had hit the wall, she would have like went face first in the wall and probably died. So I guess, it could have been a lot worse. But yeah, they had to like come and check her out, and the EMTs had to come get her, and she did not have any life-threatening injuries. But the EMTs had to take her away, and then they had to like bring in a truck and hook this truck up to the ATV and pull it out of the front of my parents' house. And then like that whole entryway and the door had to be repaired and replaced. And I think to this day, like there are still like little micro scratches on the wood floor and like on the wooden TV stand, like because it just got pelted with glass. You can still kind of like see the little tiny scratches in places. It's crazy. Live on a stretch of country road where people have accidents by taking the curb too quickly. One time a lady was drunk driving and flipped over in front of my house. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. When I was a kid, there was a guy that fell asleep. I have to send you pictures of that. I might be able to see if there's any pictures of it still. When I was a kid, there was a guy that fell asleep at the wheel. This was at a different house. And now there was like there's like this brick. It's basically just like this little brick slab type thing out in front of the house. This guy fell asleep at the wheel and crashed into that. He survived too, but it happened at like 3 in the morning, and one of our neighbors, like this is like when we lived out in the middle of nowhere. It's like one of our neighbors that like lived down the road was like heading home from work like at like 2, 3 in the morning, and she saw this car in front of our house that had crashed into this brick thing. And of course this was like, I mean, it was kind of in front of our house, but it was like not directly in front of our house, so it was like it wasn't close enough where we heard it happen. But my dad said she like woke him up in the middle of the night freaking out because like I think someone died in front of your house. But he didn't die, but messed his car up really bad. Totaled it. So She was so jerked, she tried to get out of the car. Dad found a baby seat, but fortunately there was no baby. Oh, that would have been like the worst feeling ever. Good Lord. That would have been the worst. Jeez. Yeah, that would have sucked. Man. That's like, I have seen a lot of horrific shit happening in my life. And if there's any chance of like a kid or a baby being hurt, like that just makes it so much worse. It makes it so much worse. My coworker started at the job, a tree fell on his car, jeez. Yeah, I would have panicked too. Like that's rough. That's really rough. Tried to find news about the crash at your aunt's place, but can't find it. Well, stuff like that doesn't always make the news either. Usually it has to be kind of spectacular, I guess, to make the news, but it could happen. We kind of went off on a tangent there, but be careful driving for the holidays. Finally, your food has arrived. Nice. Food is good. You will not be eating tomorrow. Well, hopefully you got enough to sustain you on the rest of your drive. Sometimes I have to take a long drive. I'll just buy like a pizza. Because you can just kind of slowly eat that over several hours. That's great for a drive. You loading up on Sefco beef jerky. Beef jerky is also great for travel. I'm a big fan of beef jerky. Is there really a tangent when there's no agenda? I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really have just a big plan for this stream. You know, I just wanted to hang out with y'all because I've been gone for a week. And I'm giving my arm a rest, so... Sefco is a Texas gas station chain that's legitimately the best beef jerky I've ever had. I like beef jerky. I like homemade jerky. Homemade deer jerky is a big thing here. That's good stuff right there. That's really good stuff. Tend to stick with super sour or tart candy for driving, keeps you alert. That's pretty smart. I've never thought of that. That's pretty smart. Yeah, that's one of the things, like, for me, for like long drives. I can't use caffeine to keep myself alert. So that's a little rough. That's a smart idea. Are any of y'all gonna have to be traveling for Christmas? I'm glad I don't have to this year. Hell no, good. Good. We hate traveling for Christmas. You're not going anyway? Nice. Caffeine not working is a bitch. It is. It really is. Staying there. Yeah, well, you're in Brazil. Like, that's probably your safest bet. That is something, so like, that is something that's pretty good about being one of, I have a lot of siblings, but I'm one of the few siblings that did not move far away from my parents, which means I don't got to do a lot of traveling, which is really great. So, ain't nobody I got to see or want who ain't within 2 minutes of me. That's good. That's good. You used to have to drive your lowered Civic on a pothole-heavy road to your ex's farm? Jeez. Alright, yeah, that sounds a little difficult. Wow. Oh, there's an ad about to run. If you subscribe, you don't get ads. I gotta shout that out more often. Yeah, I'm glad it, like, I will, like, usually have to travel on, like, Thanksgiving. I didn't have to this year, which is really nice. Yeah, holiday travel just really sucks. It's not fun. Not fun at all. Oh, Fanatic, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Fanatic. Fanatic is my secret billionaire benefactor who just is able to just do stuff like that, apparently. Super awesome guy. That's why I gave him one of the I made him one of the head moderators. Because I could do that now. Minor oil baron, probably. Spin the wheel, wait, rock streamer. I know some people do that spin the wheel stuff. I don't even know what I would do for a stream like that. Speaking of streams, like, I need to do another gun review. I think doing another one of those hear me out tier lists would also be really funny. I need to get around and do that again. I need to get a good guest for gun review. I refuse to go to Florida, not because of my issues regarding my grandparents and the lackadaisical demeanor they've been taking with finishing the whole wrapping up my great-grandparents' estate thing. I genuinely just do not like Florida. I've been to Florida a few times. I liked it there. Fanatic is arguably a better mod than me. I've just been here longer than anybody else. That's why you both got head moderator. That's why you both got it. Return of the Evilest Sawa-sama. I bet, you know, I haven't really had a chance to talk to Sawa in a while. It'd be pretty cool to it'd be cool to have a gun review with her though. I think for the resubscription lane. Yeah, and something I'm kind of trying to get back into is I'm trying to recover friendships and stuff with other content creators I knew, and that's hard because I don't want to feel like I'm bugging people. But like I went for a while there, I was kind of isolated and I didn't really talk to people much, so it's been kind of a struggle, and like I've been kind of in my own head about trying to be friends with people again, and I need to be better about that. So, Sourworm is how I found you. Left 4 Dead collab, I think. Yes, we did that. True. DoorDash driver met off with your what? Oh, okay. Make sure you report that. Make sure you report that because they will know who it was, and they will get in trouble for that. That's literally the worst. Yeah, make sure you report that to DoorDash. Because like they will not be able to get, like they will like lose all of their money and stuff. So call the cops on that one too. Can you for DoorDash? I mean, maybe, I don't know. $50 order, geez, that is horrendous. That is horrendous. But yeah, make sure you report that to DoorDash because they will not get their pay. And they will not be able to DoorDash anymore. And you'll hopefully get your money back. So That's terrible. Make them do their job. I hate people. That's rough. But yeah, no, report that shit, dude. Report that shit. Here's your tip, start running. SCOTUS made that optional back in the 70s. Yeah, police aren't required to do anything. Police aren't required to help you with anything at all, which is why they're pointless. Ooh, look at that. We got a level 2 hype train. Thank y'all. That's why we carry real. Real, that's why you should carry. Alright, Chef. Chef. Go take a breather. Report it to DoorDash. Let them know what happened. Careful what you say in chat. Go take a breather. And just report them. Good Lord. Yeah, speaking of food, I had food, but then I'm still a little bit hungry, but it's really late, which kind of sucks. I don't think I ate enough today, but I also don't want to spend any more money. I might have some snacky stuff around the house. I don't know. I have to look. Let's see what time it is. 10 o'clock. 2 hours. Not bad for a Yap stream. I used to really not be good at sitting here and just talking. I'm kind of proud of myself and how far I've come being able to actually talk. I don't talk a whole lot like normally. I talk more on stream than I do in real life, which is kind of crazy. But then again, you know, you're not here in person when I'm talking, so it makes it less difficult for me. Regional Yap streams are classic, though. Wow. I don't know. It's getting hot in here because my PC's on and I forgot to turn on the fan, and I'm a little hungry. And I'm tired. I'm trying to rest my shoulder, but it still kind of hurts. So I may go ahead and end the stream here. I think 2 hours is pretty good. I will be trying to stream a lot this week because, like I said, especially after Tuesday, I'm going to have time off, which means I'm going to have some time to relax and do stuff. I have a feeling I'm going to play Tarkov a lot this week, Al, just because, you know, I like Tarkov. Yeah, player's been around for a while. Al, okay. Al, also I need to go take some medicine. But yeah, so maybe tomorrow will be a stream, but if it is, it'll be a little later than normal. And then after that, like, I'm off work, so I'll be streaming and just hanging out and playing games and talking and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you will show up again. Keep an eye out. I'll try to make sure to announce when streams are going to happen and all that. So thank you for stopping by. Bring a friend next time. That's go make a friend. I want you to have friends and bring them to the stream next time. That is always a great thing to do. All right, we've had a good night complaining and talking about random stuff with no real plan. So I think this was a successful. That's the word. I think this was a successful night. So my best friend is always at these streams. Oh, that's me. Make other friends. You need friends. You just got here. Sorry, Mr. Dances. I apologize, but you were quite late. But I'll be back tomorrow or Wednesday or both. So we'll do a raid, AFT raid in the next chat. So don't go anywhere. If you just got here, I will send you somewhere where you have someone interesting to watch. So hang out for that. If you're watching anywhere else, you want to participate in the raid, you can click on over to Twitch really quick. Be quick about it. Do it right now. Like there should be a link to my Twitch somewhere wherever you're watching if you want to participate in the raid. And yeah, see y'all probably tomorrow. Keep an eye out for it. And yeah, good night. See you next time. Bye.